Live from WLNS TV, this is 6 News at Noon.
Well, police are still searching for the suspect behind the hit and run that sent 3 children to the hospital last night. It's our top story at noon. Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for watching today. I'm Brittany Flowers. Siobhan has the day off. Police say they're working to find out who was behind the wheel of a dark SUV near the South Lansing Mire. Officials say 3 children and 1 adult were crossing Cedar Street when the driver hit the kids and drove off. All 3 children were taken in the hospital, but this morning, Lansing police say they're stable. The Lansing Police Department is asking for the public's help. Give them a call if you know anything. The number is at the bottom of your screen. Over in Chicago, a dense fog is causing major problems at airports. Earlier this morning, all flights at the O'Hare Airport and Midway Airport were grounded, causing many lengthy delays for travelers. The fog couldn't come at a busier time. It's estimated that nearly 5 million people passed through these airports during the holidays. Flights have resumed at both airports, but many have been delayed for 30 minutes. Well, the holiday shopping clock is on, and there are plenty of present procrastinators out there looking to find those last-minute gifts. Luckily, there's a couple of stores still open. One of those is Meijer, and that's where we find our Luke Snyder talking to last-minute shoppers. Luke, what's the scene like out there?
Brittany, you can definitely feel the holiday rush. If you waited to the last minute to buy gifts, you are not alone. Here at the Lake Lansing on Meijer Road, we've seen a steady stream of people coming in all morning long. Now, if you are planning to come out, a few things to remember if you still need to pick up a gift or maybe something for Christmas Eve dinner. The time to come is now. Don't wait any longer. The crowds are only going to get bigger. Also, it's important to go in with a game plan before you get to the store. Make a list for who you need to still buy for, set a budget, and lastly, give with a happy heart, be patient, and be kind to those fellow shoppers. And here at the Lake Lansing, the store director says Christmas seemed to sneak up on people this year, but there is still plenty of easy last-minute gifts to pick up.
Some of the best things you can get last minute, and we carry a lot of, you can get holiday bath gift sets. Obviously, gift cards are really a big thing nowadays, and we have them to cater everybody's want. So you really come in, get a gift card, get a nice teddy bear to hold on to it, and maybe a bath set for your loved one.
And if you're still planning on making it out, this Meijer will be open until 7 p.m. and will reopen at 6 a.m. on December 26th. Brittany, back to you.
Thanks, Luke. Well, firefighters and volunteers in Benton Township are coming together today to deliver handmade stockings to the community. The group got together last night and stuffed the stockings with candy, toys, and other goodies. They packed them up, and today they're heading out with Santa to go door to door to hand them out. They'll leave from the Benton Township Fire Department tonight at 5.
It's fun, it's for the kids, and that's all firemen like to do, that stuff for kids. It's all about the kids, you know. So we'll take an hour or so out of our day, come down here and do this. It's great. That's small town America. Show me any small town in America that does this. There's probably a few, but this is definitely what small town America is all about.
Well, it's an active Christmas Eve morning as hundreds in the community participated in the annual Playmakers Holiday Classic 5K run to celebrate fun, fitness, and charitable giving. The holiday race is organized to promote staying active and healthy, with Playmakers' mission being move more, move better. The 5-mile race was open to all runners and walkers of all capabilities. Tickets were $35, and this year the money raised will go to the Greater Lansing Food Bank.
Just something that there's a lot of camaraderie. People come, it's always for something good too, like for the homeless, for food, that kind of thing. I've been running races for over 50 years, and at age 88, I still enjoy it.
50 years, wow. Well, in addition to the race, the event also featured a costume contest and other family-friendly activities. Welcome back. This noon, police are releasing the name of a man killed in a crash yesterday on US 23 in Livingston County. It happened just before 9 a.m. in Green Oak Township near Brighton. Officers say a pickup truck was heading northbound when it crossed the median and slammed head-on into a semi on the southbound side. The driver of the pickup, 52-year-old Dwayne Bewers of Whitmore Lake, died at the scene. No one else was injured in the accident. Police are still trying to figure out what led up to the crash. New data shows that Michigan led the nation in animal deaths caused by barn fires. It was mainly due to this fire back in April of 2019 at Herbuck's poultry farm in Ionia County. More than 250,000 hens died after one of the facility's buildings caught fire. The smoke could be seen for miles. The nonprofit group, the Animal Welfare Institute, released the data. It claims that more than 469,000 farm animals died in preventable barn fires across America in 2019. Still ahead on 6 News, we share tips and tricks to make holiday gift wrapping a breeze. That and more after the break. Well, the big day is almost here, and if we're being honest, some of us still have a few gifts to get under the tree. Kiera Hay is here for you now with some things to know before you put the scissors to the paper.
Becky Schwartz is one of the volunteer holiday gift wrappers at Schuler's, and she says the first step is one of the most important: cutting the right amount of paper.
Get at least twice as much paper.
But if you make a mistake and don't cut enough, just turn it.
Because you can use less gift wrap if you wrap it diagonally like this.
And if you cut too much, neatly fold the excess paper.
And try to put this about 3/4 of the way across the cover of the book like this. And I've already kind of eyeballed how big I need on the sides to fold down on the sides.
And then you overlap the other side of the wrapping paper and
pull it tight.
Becky says the 3-tape rule doesn't apply here. Use as much as you feel will keep it secure.
Then we do the ends. So we crease along here, fold in here, fold in here.
Becky says creasing the edges is key when wrapping.
Pull it up tight against the book, fold it over the top and crease it.
Tape it down and repeat the step for the opposite side. But let's be real, not all gifts are as easy to wrap as books, and if you don't have extra gift boxes or bags laying around, wrapping odd-shaped gifts can be tough. But Becky says the principles are the same. Get double the paper, be sure to crease, and neatly apply enough tape.
There's our lovely sloth from Schuler Books.
Here for you in Okemos, Kiera Hay, 6 News.
Thanks, Kiera. Well, stay with us. We're heading into Mr. Food's Test Kitchen next.
From WLNS TV, this is 6 News at 5:30.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Brittany Flowers. Siobhan has the night off. Hit that clock. We start our first 6 minutes of news tonight at a retailer in Detroit where last-minute holiday shopping was interrupted with a 2-alarm fire. Take a look. Detroit firefighters were dispatched this afternoon to put out the fire located at Metro Food Center, a grocery store near the interchange between 94 and 96. Luckily, according to our ABC affiliate in Detroit, no injuries have been reported in the fire. Livonia police have released dash cam video from earlier this month when officers saved a man in his 20s who was threatening to jump from an overpass onto I-96. It happened on December 17th near Inkster. Police managed to talk the man down and take him into protective custody. Environmental crews are still working to clean up a toxic green ooze that seeped onto I-696 last week. We now know the company that was the source of the cancer-causing chemical, Electroplating Services, was fined $1.5 million last month for illegally storing toxic waste. The owner was sentenced to a year behind bars. A 32-year-old man is accused of critically injuring a person who was watching him do donuts and 360s in the roadway. According to WXYZ, Tommy Mahoney is charged with failing to stop at the scene of a serious accident and reckless driving, causing serious impairment. Police say spectators stopped traffic on westbound I-94 for 15 minutes so cars could attempt stunts on the freeway. Investigators are still looking for a red or orange Camaro that was involved. Millions of people are traveling around the U.S. today, but in Chicago, widespread freezing fog caused major delays and cancellations at city airports this morning. Federal officers even stopped all flights into O'Hare and Midway airports for much of the day. Chicago is a major travel hub, so the problems there led to delays and missed connections around the country. And with millions of people flying this holiday season, some are bringing more than just carry-on luggage. Emotional support animals can help ease the stress of air travel, but people aren't just bringing dogs or cats. Pigs, turkeys, even miniature horses are a few of the exotic animals people have brought, and it's raising some concern.
We've had flight attendants go to the hospital, require stitches, or passengers having to be taken off on a gurney because of attacks from untrained emotional support animals.
Last year, Delta Airlines reported more than 40 instances of aggressive animal behavior in their aircraft cabins. And now for some automotive news. Shares of Tesla Motors closed above $420 today for the first time in more than a year. The first time the stock closed above the number commonly associated with marijuana. CEO Elon Musk tweeted about it, saying he was considering taking the company private. That sent the stock soaring, but got him sued by the Securities and Exchange Commission for stock manipulation. He eventually had to pay a $20 million fine and agree not to tweet without supervision. Well, President Trump says he will, quote, deal with it if North Korea follows through on its threat to deliver America a Christmas gift unless progress is made to lift sanctions on the country. Military officials in Washington are expecting a new long-range ballistic missile test. President Trump joked with reporters today that perhaps Kim Jong-un was planning to send him a new vase. And protesters in Hong Kong gathered for a Christmas Eve demonstration, storming a mall during the busy shopping day. The demonstrations have been going on since June, with demands including full democracy for Hong Kong. Protesters lit fires and put up barricades in an effort to keep out police. However, they were not successful, and police vehicles were able to break up the protest using tear gas and water cannons. A Russian court has extended the time that a man can be locked up before he can be put on trial for espionage. Former U.S. Marine Paul Whelan was arrested in Moscow almost a year ago and is accused of accepting a flash drive with classified information. The Russian court ruled today he can be held until late March. During the hearing, Whelan tried to read a document declaring his innocence, but was quickly interrupted by security officers who threatened to ban reporters from the courtroom. And Queen Elizabeth will deliver her annual Christmas Day message tomorrow, and she plans to say it's been a difficult year for the United Kingdom. That sentiment is probably referring to problems like the Brexit stalemate, but it also may refer to issues the royal family has faced personally, like the connection between Prince Andrew and sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. A mailman in Kansas saved Christmas for quite a few families. While the Postal Service worker was delivering packages, his mail truck caught on fire. When he realized he was not able to stop the fire, he started taking packages from the back of his truck to make sure they wouldn't burn, and that's what we call a Christmas miracle. Well, Christmas came early for some golfers in mid-Michigan this year. According to WLNS, the warm temperatures let some Michigan golf courses, including White Birch Hills and Bay County, open up for a few last rounds before winter set in. Some Lansing courses weren't open for golfing, but decided to open up their pro shops for last-minute gift shopping. Check out this video of Santa Claus. He's taking a break from delivering presents for a quick dip in the Potomac River in Virginia. This all started as a dare 34 years ago, and it's turned into the longest running water ski Christmas show in America. Well, hopefully he'll be back on a sleigh delivering presents to all the kids who made the nice list.
Wow, I'm wondering if the water was cold. But
it had to be.
But Santa's probably used to it, though. Like, he does the snow thing year-round.
That's true. And he had a suit on. Maybe that kept him warm. I'm not sure, but...
And I'm also happy that he had at least one of his reindeer with him.
Right.
So it felt a little more normal.
Right. Well, how's the weather looking?
Well, there's no snow, and there's not a lot of cold either. But we'll take a look at that holiday forecast coming up. Stay with us. And then we have snow showers coming off the lake on Monday, and those will even be back in the forecast on Wednesday, even though temperatures are going to be sitting in the mid to even upper 30s at times. You won't notice, though, some cold, bitter air like we did just have last week, and we're even above the 32-degree mark for much of this forecast.
So, Diane, are you disappointed or happy we're not going to have a white Christmas?
I'm a little bit in the middle. I like the warmer temperatures, but I like looking at the snow. So
I'm in the same boat.
Yeah, I can't really decide this year. Right. So maybe next year the weather will decide for me. Make it easy.
We'll see. Yeah. Thanks, Diane. Well, coming up on 6 News at 5:30, when the weather gets cold and ice on your car is a pain, but getting rid of it is actually a legal responsibility. We'll explain after the break. Welcome back. Well, sometimes around the holidays, a gift just needs to go back to the store. This week for Tech Tuesday, our Melissa Brennan has some advice to make that process as painless as possible.
Tomorrow is the big day. Families will get together and open presents, but some presents ultimately get returned. And it's important to know some of those policies and some apps that could help. According to the BBB, you'll first want to look up the store return policy. Most sites have a tab on their homepage with all of this information. From there, you'll want to look at the time frame on how long you have until a return will be void. And like the cliche goes, there's an app for that. In the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store, you can find a handful of apps that have aggregated return policies of some of the world's biggest retailers. Most stores, especially this time of year, are pretty lenient with their return policies, but it's important to keep your receipt in packaging. If you don't have either, it's recommended to call the retailer to make sure they'll accept it. Now, I'll also note with Amazon, a lot of items can be returned at Kohl's or to your local UPS store. Sometimes you don't even need to repackage an item. As with many holiday gifts, a majority of retailers I reached out to said they do not notify the sender. So if there are any gifts you won't use, just return it. There's no need to stress.
Thanks, Melissa. Keep it here. We'll take another look at your holiday traffic after the break. Thanks for watching. So it's a little foggy out there. How is traffic looking?
So far, so good. The fog isn't causing too many issues for many of us that are out and about, but still want to be cautious. Also, you'll notice M43 is picking up a little bit around the Okemos area, so that may be a few last-minute shoppers on Christmas Eve, but even around the Lansing Mall, we're not looking too bad on Saginaw Highway, but the major highways are in good shape, so that's the best news if you are doing some longer distance travel. Zooming out a little bit in between, you'll notice there's an accident on 94 just into Kalamazoo County, but here in Jackson County, 94 is in the green and we're in good shape for many roadways.
Well, that sounds good. Are you going to be traveling around at all tonight?
Nope, I'll just be taking it easy.
Okay, good. Thanks, Diane. Stay with us. 6 News at 6 is just ahead. Thanks for tuning in.